What's going on, y'all? AJ here. I know it's been a bit since we last talked, but we're back now. Had some things that it's having to work through, but fortunately that's all behind us. It's nothing overly major, but just really, if nothing else, nothing worth talking about here. We're ready to move along, and of course, today is the NBA trade deadline, and man, awful lot of interesting stuff that's happened so far. You got Porzingis going to the Warriors after Giannis is pretty much said to not be leaving Milwaukee, at least not for the deadline. And then, of course, you got a whole lot of other moves that have or haven't happened, but one that we got to go into real quick, and I was actually just listening in on this on NBA TV today. Ja Morant not being moved from the Memphis Grizzlies, at least not at this trade deadline, as it turns out teams actually not only not want Ja Morant at this particular point in time, they would only take him if the Grizzlies include a first round pick in the deal, which is insane to think about because, as Kendrick Perkins was pointing out on the aforementioned NBA Today, it should literally be the other way around. I don't know any other way to look at it. And sadly, off the court transgressions with Ja have certainly been incredibly costly for him. It seems to have affected his play. Not only that, but it was pointed out that Ja's only played 37% of the games in the last 3 seasons. None of those are things that make you an ideal candidate to actually be brought in under any circumstances. And sadly, Ja is very much literally an all-world kind of talent that, it's going to change the fortunes of a team one way or another if it's not Memphis. It's interesting Giannis isn't going anywhere. They talk about trying to find ways to build around him. I'm looking at Ja, I'm thinking there's no one much better than that, especially because Ja still being relatively young, similar to Giannis, and this is literally what you didn't get with the Damian Lillard experiment, and that's not taking anything away from Dame time, but truth be told, it wasn't quite connecting the way that I feel like the Bucks really needed it to do. It may be a matter of they still need another piece, perhaps maybe some kind of a facilitator. I don't know. It's really tough to call at this point, but regardless, there are too many reasons why that should have worked. And similar to this hypothetical with Ja, there's no reason him and Giannis shouldn't work, especially with the right pieces put around them. And if they actually manage to get a good enough lottery pick, you've got another building block to work with. And I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to see that this is what we've got going on with a superstar level talent like a Ja Morant right now. I've had many conversations with a lot of folks. People would kill to be in his situation right now. Let's just be real. I don't know any other way to look at that. So hopefully Ja gets it figured out, and maybe we're talking about him making some things happen, whether it's Memphis or anywhere else. I guess only time will tell. And of course, circling back to Giannis, of course, as mentioned, at least as of now, there's still about an hour or so left with the trade deadline. But it's kind of wild because now with the Bucks waiting until the off season to look to move Giannis, it actually could be very likely they wind up seeing better offers in terms of draft picks, which I feel like is going to be very important, especially if the Bucks do go on a bit of a rebuild. But not only that, it actually leads for an opportunity for Milwaukee to re-sign him. Interestingly enough, I was watching NBA Today yesterday, and of course, Brian Windhorst actually had a piece of paper where he put 4 slash, I think the number was like 275 or 257, something along those lines. But in other words, we're talking 4 years, 257 or 275, whichever one of those variations it was. But either way, that's very much the kind of contract that a player like Giannis could very easily command. And I don't know necessarily that he would get that if he's moved to another team. I'm sure it's going to be pretty damn close to that, but I don't know. If the Bucks are able to find a way to get those kind of pieces on that level that could actually make themselves a contender along with Giannis, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that. Of course, I would also not be opposed to seeing him in a Knicks uniform or even a Warriors uniform or wherever else he may decide to go. Seems like a lot of insiders seem to believe that he wants to go to New York, if anything, like if it's his choice. I wouldn't be mad at that. That would certainly be ideal, especially if they're able to keep Karl Anthony Towns, along with at least a good chunk of the core as it stands. But who knows? I mean, only time would really tell as far as how that would work out. I mean, it's pretty much destined for it to be the summer of Giannis here in 2026. I don't see any way around that. And all eyes are definitely going to be on him as they have been through this trade deadline. But at least as of now, it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere. But one move that I really want to talk about more than anything else, and really I should say moves that the Bulls are making, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting very, very interested again. I mean, bring in a Jaden Ivey and an Anthony Simmons. Are you shitting me right now? Like, that is literally, those are two names that have me more intrigued with Bulls basketball than I have been since Jimmy Butler was there. I mean, you got two incredible young talents in, again, Ivy and Simmons, and you're bringing that along with Josh Giddey. Zealous, I believe is his name. I definitely like him. He's certainly been good. Not real familiar with a lot of the bigs, but apparently they're definitely serviceable to say the very least. Otherwise, they wouldn't have traded Nikola Vucevic for Anthony Simmons, and that's actually, if nothing else, a hell of a deal if I'm being perfectly honest. Of course, you see guys like Kevin Huerter and, of course, Kobe White getting traded to the Hornets. All those guys like that are gone. Io, an awful lot of guys that I feel like we're getting to be fan favorites in Chicago, but again, Jaden Ivey and Anthony Simmons. Like, I'm actually looking forward to watching Bulls basketball again, just on those two alone. And of course, I still got to get to know a lot of the other members of the team, but I don't know necessarily this makes them a threat this season, but they're certainly going to be a threat in seasons to come, and they're going to be one of those surprise teams in come this October that are going to be surprising an awful lot of people coming right out the gates. And then, of course, really depends on what they're able to do in free agency and the draft as well. I mean, I feel like it's going to be fun being a Bulls fan once again, and I'm actually looking forward to that. And wildly enough, I'm actually getting really interested with the Nuggets too. I mean, I guess I have two different rooting interests. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how all of that works out. Either way, let me know what y'all think about all the deadline moves so far down in the comments section. Who do you like going where, and who do you see being moved in this next hour and some change? Let me know what y'all think down below, and of course, like, share, subscribe. definitely hit that notification bell so you know when more vids are coming through. And we're definitely going to be coming with them here, especially in the next couple of days. Look forward to Sunday, going live for the Super Bowl as well. Maybe even go live for a couple other things here, especially in the next couple of days. Who knows? Either way, I'm A&J, and I'll be back.